What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Roll the 400 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I was just thinking about Dirk Nowitzki. And as we all know, Dirk is one of the best power forwards of all time. And he's one of the best players of all time. And we all know that he had one of the hardest championships in NBA history going against that big three. And I'm like, why not talk about prime Dirk? Because as we all know, like, we talk about Tim Duncan being the best power forward. We talk about Giannis obviously up and coming. We talk about KG, but a lot of people don't discuss Dirk anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? Dirk's one of the most impactful offensive players in NBA history. He single-handedly made his post-fade shot one of the legendary shots in the NBA today. So why not just talk about prime Dirk? And when I first started this fucking YouTube channel, I made a versus video with Dirk and KG, but why not just talk about Dirk by himself? Because we know Dirk stayed with the Dallas Mavericks for 21 seasons, and not a lot of players stay with the same organization that drafted him, and he ended up being a superstar. But let's get to it. In the 98-99 season, let's start with prime Dirk, because I already did a video about his whole career, so why not start with prime Dirk? In the 2001-2002 season, Dirk averaged 23.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And we know Dirk wasn't one of those, like, rim runners like we know that power forwards was back in the day, like those bully power forwards that try to get you in a post and try to go punch it on you. Dirk was a more crafty scorer. Like, he had the post fade. Like, yes, he had a front game. Like, go look up young Dirk with the hair. I'm probably going to show his highlights because he won an MVP right before he won his championship, or before he won his championship. And obviously we know that the 06 championship is debatable, because I saw some stories about it being rigged for the Miami Heat, because the Heat were getting every foul, D Wade was getting every single foul, and the Mavs weren't getting any. Maybe y'all could just tell me about that, because like I keep saying, like, I think I was just born when that finals was happening, so maybe y'all know exactly what was happening. Y'all was watching it at that time, so y'all know if Dirk got robbed or not. But I just know Dirk had a chance, and he played the Miami Heat twice. So when he spun back on them in 2011 with not even a roster on caliber with that 2011 Heat team, like, that's why to this day, like, the 2010-2011 Heat gets criticism to this day for losing to Dirk Nowitzki in that fashion. But I don't know. But in the 01-02 season, I already did that. In the 02-03 season, Dirk averaged 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. Like, during these seasons, when he went to the finals, he was playing with a young Steve Nash, and him and Steve Nash became a young dynamic duo. It just sucks that Steve Nash had to leave and he went to the Suns, and we all know what Steve Nash ended up becoming. But him and Dirk were a prime duo, and I'm pretty sure Steve Nash made his first All-Star appearance alongside Dirk Nowitzki. So that just showed how good the duo was next to each other, and how Dirk's game, even though Dirk needs the ball in his hands, Steve Nash feeding Dirk the ball, like, who knows what that would have worked out. Maybe Steve Nash would have ended up with a championship. Who knows? Because I think if you had Steve Nash on that 06 team, and obviously Steve Nash was in his prime during those years, come on. We know we know what the fuck is happening. But anyway, in the 04-05 season, in the 03-04 season, my bad, he averaged 22 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And Dirk, bro, it's like, I saw a story where fucking KG and Dirk were going at each other, or this was when KG was in Boston, so it wasn't around these seasons, but KG had to say that Dirk called him a nigga in German for him to get himself riled up, which is kind of, that KG's a madman. I made a KG video like 2 weeks ago or some shit, but KG's a madman for saying that. But nigga, we know KG don't understand no fucking German, bro. But in the 05-06 season, I'm pretty sure this was his MVP season, or it was the season before. But Dirk averaged 26.5 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this was when it was, I don't know if it was a debate during this time, whether it was Tim Duncan or Dirk Nowitzki, but I think we all know to this day Dirk Nowitzki is the better offensive player than Tim Duncan, and I don't think it's close at all. But with that being said, what Dirk has on offense, Tim Duncan has it on defense, because we know Tim Duncan is obviously one of the best defenders of all time without a defensive player of the year, and he's a way better defender than Dirk. And I don't want to make this video shitting on Duncan, because like I keep telling y'all, Duncan's in my top 5 players of all time. But I just think when we talk about the offensive game of Dirk Nowitzki, he surpasses a lot of them. And when we talk about the greatest scorers of all time, we don't talk about Dirk Nowitzki for some reason, which kind of blows me for some reason. I'm very confused how he doesn't get talked about more, but it doesn't matter, I guess. And that was the season where I told y'all he lost to Miami Heat. In the 2007-2008 season, in the 06-07 season, Dirk averaged 24.5 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Again, continuing his dominance throughout these years. In the 07-08 season, Dirk averaged 23.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. In the 08-09 season, Dirk averaged 26 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. The stats are basically staying around the same because we know that Dirk continued to grow, expand his game. He was having legendary duels with T-Mac. Like T-Mac, as I would say, he was having legendary duels against Kobe Bryant. He was having legendary duels against LeBron James. He was having legendary duels against Nuggets Carmelo Anthony. That's like, I don't know, like when we talk about all-time greats and when we talk about these players, like we always name the same list of players. We talk about Kobe, we talk about LeBron, obviously, we talk about Jordan. Why not talk about spiced up, talk about players that are in the 20s or maybe in the teens of the best players of all time? I just feel like Dirk Nowitzki's name should be talked about more when we talk about the NBA, because we know NBA, he obviously revolutionized the game with that post fadeaway shot, and he has a statue in Dallas for a reason. But anyway, in the 09-010 season, Dirk averaged 25 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And in the 2010-2011 season, he finally accomplished what he's been waiting for his entire career, to get another chance to go to the NBA Finals and win it in dramatic fashion with beating that Miami Heat team. And I'm pretty sure it was 5 games, like 5 or 6 games. I'm pretty sure it was 5 though. But beating them in that fashion with the talent that was around him is crazy. And Dirk averaged this season, he averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And again, like, I'm gonna stress how big of a deal it was to beat that big 3 at the time, because we know, remember the speech where LeBron was like, we're not going not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, like he went on to do that, and then the very next season he gets his ass whooped by Dirk Nowitzki, and that really Bosh had no answer for Dirk, like, and that's no criticism on Bosh at all, because at this time, even with Dirk being, what is this, like 10, 11, 12 seasons in the NBA, like him being this good, like you wouldn't expect anybody of Dirk's caliber to be stopped so easily, even with a Chris Bosh who's around the same height as Dirk Nowitzki, but he doesn't have the same game. And Bosh wasn't even a bad defender. Bosh was a good defender too. He was a solid defender. So him not being able to get a lot of stops on Dirk, kind of crazy. But I want to tell y'all this Dallas Mavericks roster, so y'all know that I'm not fucking around with y'all if y'all don't know already who he was playing with. He had Alex Agensa, I think that's how you say his name. JJ Barea, who took over in these finals. The Miami Heat had no answer for JJ Barea. It's crazy. That's a name. I'm not saying that name. Corey Brewer, Karen Butler, Brian Carnell, Tyson Chandler, one of the best young defensive centers of all. I was about to say fucking all time. One of the best defenders in the league at the time. Brandon Hayward, Dominic Jones, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd ended up getting a ring on his last legs, even though he was impacting this game. Ian Mahimi, Sean Marion ended up getting a ring after not winning a ring on the Phoenix Suns. You got Steve Novak. I didn't even know Steve Novak was on this team. Sasha Pella, Deshaun Stevenson, Peja Stojakovic. I know how to say his name. Peja Stojakovic. Peja. Let's just say Peja. But then you got Jason Terry, shot the lights out of this series. But I don't know. Like, I just wanted to make a video talking about Dirk Nowitzki and how he's not really talked about when we talk about all-time greats. Yes, he's talked about in the NBA discussion, but a lot of casuals don't talk about him, and I want to change the discussion on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and engage in the channel. There's a video on the left, and I'm pretty sure the channel icon's in the right. Click one of them hoes, man, and If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps me out, and I appreciate you.